You are now listening to the new Old Heads podcast, premiered every Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time at BringDownTheBand.com, and brought to you by No Bad Ideas, Coleman Dental, Printfinity, Indie CD and Vinyl, and Sun King Brewery. Support the new Old Heads by visiting our Patreon at patreon.com/newoldheads.
You are now tuned in to the new Old Heads podcast. I am Major 7th. The crew is here, starting off with my man Lonegevity across the table. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm spectacular.
Oh, wow. Great.
So
Love that
good.
enthusiasm.
So great.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for what?
Saying that you're great. I cannot be happy for you that you're great.
Yeah, it's just a weird reply.
I
Yeah,
feel you.
know.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I already know you're going to be on one, man. Across the table, my man Jay Moore. How are you, sir?
You know the business. Blessed and highly vaccinated.
Talk to him. Talk to him. Okay. I can dig it.
Can you?
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're not going to go down that road. Don't do that. Shout out to them numbers long quoted too. We ain't gonna do that. Watch the news, y'all. I will say that. Because some people going to start coming home here pretty soon. I ain't gonna say no names, but
They're going to be going home.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Upper room.
Don't do that. Don't even speak there. We ain't gonna even put that out there. Knock on whatever. Yeah, we ain't gonna even put that out in the atmosphere. All right. And we have a special guest today. Well, actually, he's not a guest. He is he's been a part of our production team and has always been behind the camera. He will make an occasional appearance. He's filling in for the homie DJ Jay Diff. My man Red August, how are you, sir?
I've always wanted to say I'm highly vaccinated, so
always.
I'm highly vaccinated.
Blessed and highly vaccinated.
Good
Blessed
job, man.
And highly vaccinated.
We appreciate you sitting in for us, man. It's it's gonna be dope to hear your perspective on some of the stuff that we're talking about today, man. So we appreciate you doing double duty today.
You know what? Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm a nice person, Red August. I'm a nice person.
Nice people don't have to say that.
They really don't.
But when you get,
It's like telling somebody, I'm very humble.
No, I have.
I'm a genius. Did you know? I'm a genius.
But anybody that watches us know what I go through. So sometimes I gotta say it, man. That's all. Y'all bullies. It's cool.
What's that personality disorder that Kanye has? Is it narcissism?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Name one.
Yeah, name one. Just call it Kanyeism.
That works too. All right, so shout out to the chat. We appreciate y'all being in the chat live and well as always. I'm gonna go. We usually get a random topic from the chat. We didn't get anybody to throw us one today, but I'm just going to come off the top here. We were having a spirited conversation before. During the pre-show about hip hop movies. And we talked about some that were really bad, but I do feel like there are some that are really good also. So I think let's toss around some names for hip hop movies that, even if they're trash, you can say one trash hip hop movie that's completely trash, and then give me one that was actually executed properly. Because there may be more trash ones to pick from. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, there are.
I think if you can give me more than one, that's cool. But I think everyone at this table we can each give each other one of each. One trash hip hop movie and one that was executed well.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna start off, and I hope I don't take anybody's thunder, but Juice to me was executed well. I know what you're gonna do. I already know.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I got something to say, but I wasn't gonna say nothing.
I cannot wait because I know that. But Juice was done well. I got the hookup. I got the hookup too. That just wasn't it. That's more recent. So
what about the first one?
I'm gonna leave the first one alone.
I know there was two.
There were two.
You know when you don't know that there's two movies of a series?
Yeah.
The second one's normally really bad.
Or something that went straight to like Redbox.
Then you find out there's like four of them. And you're like, oh, they kept trying?
Two was more about seeing random people in the movie versus the actual storyline. It's like, oh, they got him in there. Oh, this person's in there. Cool. I don't know if they bring anything to the movie, but they're in there. Like, that's what I felt like watching that whole movie. I fool with P though, but that wasn't it. I'm sorry. So those will be my two. Red August, I'm gonna come to you first. Give me a movie that was executed well It was, based around hip hop or even involves hip hop. We'll call it.
But the execution was excellent.
Yeah, shout out to the homie Grits. And then one that was trash.
All right, so one that was done well, probably Friday, the first one.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of the Friday, like the first one.
Okay.
A terrible one was the Snoop horror film, Bones.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Bones, I think it was.
Yeah, it was called Bones.
It was trash.
Trash.
Super trash.
I don't even remember.
You don't remember Bones?
Sadly, I do.
The Denzel
Yeah, it's
or
bad.
Denzel Washington?
No, man, that was the Bone Collector. Cut it out, man. He knows that. Cut it out, man.
Because I remember Pam Grier and I want to say Bianca
yeah.
Lawson are both in that movie.
I'm cool on Bones, Red August.
It was terrible.
Yeah. That was quick, man.
Thank
Well,
you, sir.
Got anything else to say about how bad Bones was, or is that it?
I mean, it's Snoop. He's a terrible actor, anyways. Yeah. But no, man, it's just the whole thing was just dumb and
Just a trash idea
it's
overall.
just trash
right?
idea.
Out the gate. Okay.
I think they were trying to.
Isn't it about like a pimp that comes back to life?
it sounds so bad when he say it like
It was a
that.
pimp that
Like
came back.
somebody killed a pimp in the 70s and he comes back to life to get revenge on the children or something of the I don't know. Once again, that was a BET blockbuster movie at one point. That's the only reason I know
Here you
anything
go.
about Bones.
It be your own people.
Nothing
man.
about it made sense. I do have a close second with Soul Plane.
Soul Plane was
Soul
terrible.
Plane was terrible.
Yeah. So
I never watched that.
you ain't missed nothing. It has.
I know.
Yeah. That's when you know it's bad. Long like I ain't even see it and I know it's trash. Soul Plane is trash. I don't care what you say. Soul Plane is 100% trash.
Honestly, there's no reason why Kevin Hart's career and the people forget this, Sofia Vergara from
yeah.
there's no reason why their careers should have survived that.
After Soul Plane.
It should have been a rap. It should have been a rap.
Yeah.
That was his first movie, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart-
That was his first like starring role. He had
Starring
been
role,
in like
yeah.
little, he had been in movies like he did this terrible movie with Usher, and
Why you hating on Usher?
because I'm not hating on Usher, but that movie was terrible. He turned down Dreamgirls to do this vanity project where
He turned down Dreamgirls?
like that was the word, and to be in this movie where he saved a mobster's daughter, and then like he fell, and like Kevin Hart is in that.
That's a poor choice.
It's a terrible choice.
I mean, there's plenty of movies like Eddie Murphy turned down Rush Hour to do Holy Man.
That's a bad choice.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've never even seen Holy Man.
yeah, there's no reason for you to see this terrible.
Lone, jump in there, man. Give me one good and one bad. Movie that has hip hop elements.
Hip hop elements.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it. We're gonna open it up.
I was like, what exactly are we talking about here? But I would say probably my favorite, and this is like the most obvious one. I mean, there's a couple of them, but 8 Mile was really good.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I agree.
You know, as much as I don't like Eminem, I'm sorry. I mean, not really, but it was a good movie, and I think he did good with it. As I'm looking at some of these here, but
That's actually a good call. I enjoyed 8 Mile.
I like Dope.
Yeah, that was good.
You know, I like those two. So I would just
Leave
say
it
those two. I think a close third would definitely be Street Dance 2.
Okay, you're just saying stuff now.
He was
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
so well, man.
I'm joking.
He was doing so well.
Bring it on.
No, I think movies that were horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You want some more No Limit movies?
No.
No.
All right, so I'll say a movie that I liked, but it wasn't a good movie, which was State Property 2.
State Property 2 is so much fun to watch. It's
It is.
not a good movie, but
It
it's
is.
so much fun
Okay.
to
But
watch.
I enjoy
Okay,
it.
that's
like
different.
the scene with Dame Dash and Jay-Z when he's talking about getting a haircut
Yeah.
and they're in the car is hilarious to me.
That might be State Property. That might be the
Is
first
that the first one?
Oh, is it the first one?
It's been a while since I've seen either one.
Yeah, I don't think Jay-Z even showed up for State Property 2. That's when
Okay,
it was,
well,
that was near the end.
Okay, well, one or the other. So State Property 1 was good then.
Yeah.
In that type of way.
They're both enjoyable in different
But State
ways.
Property 2 was like horrible.
State Property 2, that's the one where like Mariah Carey and Kanye West show up, and
Yeah, nah.
yeah, it's a lot.
It's been so long since
but
I've seen those.
That would be my cult classic one. But I think, well, as far as worst, I'd probably have to say Belly.
Belly.
You didn't like Belly?
I didn't like Belly.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fun to watch, but
I didn't like Belly.
the crazy thing is like the first cut of it, because like I got the DVD at one point.
Yeah.
Because it had director's commentary. I needed to hear what Hype Williams had to say about this film.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but apparently there's all this stuff he cut out. Like the original cut was like 3 hours, and
Belly was 3
some
hours
stuff-
originally?
Some stuff isn't even in order.
Imagine how bad the acting has to be.
Yeah, so I mean, and I'm not sure if I'm not sure if the world wasn't ready for the initial cut of Belly, much less a 3 hour cut of a movie. I mean, because it was like a long form music video. Like stylistically, it's fun to watch, but you're like,
I think that's what I like
this
about
is
it.
so
Yeah.
I just could.
bad.
Red August,
as far as the acting,
Red August, you being in
other
film,
than DMX.
Red August, you being in film, you know how cold the black light scenes are
Oh yeah.
in Belly. Like that's the first thing that come to my mind every time I think about Belly.
The how they did the light with the blue, like the super like noir, like dark, and then like the blue highlights and stuff
Yep.
like it. Like that's like burned into my brain.
Like you
So
can
it's
watch,
like-
you can enjoy Belly just as much without the sound on.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like the perfect movie to play. Like if you're if you got a TV screen up at a club or at
Yeah.
a party,
It looks
and,
good
like,
in the background, right?
Yeah, it's a cool
I
thing
was
to have
about to say,
going in the background.
would a Grammy on mute?
Yeah,
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
The answer is no because it's not music. But
yeah.
Yeah, I see what you did there. That was
Never mind.
tough. All right, Jay Moore, finish it off, man, and be careful, man. 'Cause
No, this is one that's really kind of underrated for my good hip hop movie. It's a film by a director named Rusty Cundiff. It's called Fear of a Black Hat. It came out around the same time as CB4, which had a much larger push because Chris Rock was on Saturday Night Live. It had that it was Fear of a Black Hat is kind of a send up in the same way and a parody and like what the trials and tribulations of what it is to be a rapper and a DJ. And honestly, they're both kind of the same idea.
Yeah.
And as much I like CB4, I actually saw CB4 in the movie theater. I watched it recently again on streaming. But Fear of a Black Hat, if you haven't seen it, definitely seek it out. It's a good film, and I think it does a lot of the things that CB4 was trying to do, and it does them better.
Does it better. Okay.
Check it out.
All right.
The bad one, there is a movie literally just called Rappin'.
What?
With Mario Van Peebles and Eric LaSalle. If you know Eric LaSalle, he was on ER and he also played Daryl, the
Coming to America.
with the Jerry curl.
Yeah.
And this movie is just almost unwatchable. Like it's just bad.
It's called Rapid.
It's called Rappin'.
How they spell it?
RAPPIN with the apostrophe.
I knew it was gonna be some. I
Yeah,
knew it.
so it's one of those movies. I don't even know if there's if you know what, and it's I take that back. Rapping is bad, but it's not nearly as bad as a movie I wanted to see when I was like 10 or 11 years old, called Tougher Than Leather, starring Run DMC.
Okay.
This movie is awful, and I didn't see it. It's one of those movies you can't rent. It never comes on TV. Somebody posted it on YouTube maybe
That's
about
throwback.
7 or 8 years ago, and I sat and I tried to watch it like 3 or 4 times, but it's just terrible.
Let me toss this one out.
Tougher Than Leather. Love the album, love the song. That's like I would if you want to punish yourself for something that you've done during the course of the week, seek out Tougher Than Leather and try to get through 30 minutes of it.
Check this out.
It is awful.
Let me toss this out there. Who's the Man?
I liked Who's the Man.
I did too.
Yeah.
Long, you remember that one? Okay.
With Ed Lover and Dr.
Dr.
Dre.
Dre?
No, I remember I didn't go see it in the movie theater. It was one of those movies that came on cable a lot.
I
but
thought
liked
that
it.
one was done right. Cameos were dope. Super hip hop. I thought that one was cool. What about Mike? Red Dog. Go ahead.
Disorderlies. Yeah, I remember that with the Fat Boys.
Oh, I hadn't seen.
Well,
that
they were.
I was such a fan of the Fat Boys. I was happy to see him in anything. So,
wow.
They had a movie called
Disorderlies,
Disorderlies.
yeah.
That came out in
What's
the
his
early
name?
90s.
Who was the older gentleman who was in it? Because he was in.
That's throwback. Red August.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call.
Because they had like reputable actors in this
Yeah,
movie with
yeah,
the Fat
yeah.
Boys. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a good look for them.
It was funny.
yeah.
Anybody fan of About It?
No one's a fan about it. It's just something that you saw and you had to experience. Nobody's like, "Ooh, when they gonna put that on when they gonna put that on Blu-ray? When am I gonna get a Criterion Collection version?"
Jay Moore, what's the word
about it?
Give me the worst part about. Give me something that's just awful out of about it. Just give me something.
Oh, the part where like it's clearly daytime, and then like one of the characters throws another character up against the car, and then all of a sudden it's night.
That was a strong throw.
Yeah. Like
threw him into the dark, huh?
Yeah, it was. I was like, nobody saw this in post.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there.
I'm just saying though, Jay, at the end of the day, man, Master P had distribution for that thing, man. The movies was in the suburbs. They were sold out when you went to go try to rent one. You know what I'm talking about? So you gotta give him P's for that, man, at least. Like
How many times did you watch it?
Like once or twice.
Look, if you saw it more than once, there was just something. Your life was not going according to plan. If you was like, "Yo, everybody want to come over and watch I'm About It?" No, we don't. Once was enough.
Oh my God! Hold on, I'm sorry. So shout out to 𝗀𝗚 but
yeah,
he put me on to
I already know what you're
Snow
gonna
on
say.
the Bluff, which is the funniest hip hop movie I think I've ever seen. It was terrible. It was god awful.
𝗀𝗚,
But that was hilarious.
We sat at his crib, Chicago, and watched Snow on the Bluff. Laughed literally for hours. I'm talking about playing it back, rewinding parts. Because Curtis Snow, like,
Is that based in like Atlanta or something?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
was
in
on
the
Netf-
hood though.
It was on
Like,
Netflix, and it was like,
it's like in the hood. Like they wasn't playing like, but it's so funny,
ball.
man. The
We
stuff.
ball.
I wish, like, if I could just bring 𝗀𝗚 in and we could put a screen up and have him talk about Snow on the Bluff, y'all would be in tears, bro, because he knows all of the bad parts and all the goofy parts in this movie.
I don't
man.
know
It's
if
hilarious.
it's still on Netflix anymore, but
it used to always pop up in my recommendations.
Curtis Snow got a bag off that too.
I told my mom to watch it.
Curtis Snow got a bag off that too, and all the rappers fooled with him, and it was, I mean, it did good for him, but the movie was trash.
It was terrible.
I think my favorite show, I think Atlanta might be my favorite kind of hip hop related show.
Oh
ever.
yeah.
My
Ever.
cousin James put me on to Atlanta and told me I have to watch it.
It's
and,
so good.
and as I started watching it, I'm like, cuz you were right.
Yeah, I can't wait for season 3. I think it's February or something.
Yeah.
I'm biased though, man. At this point, anything Glover does, I'm pretty much gonna rock with. Like creatively, musically, I'm to the point now where I'm that much of a fan of dude. I think he's that dope.
Does Insecure count as a hip hop? Well, that's more of a.
It got some of the people in there.
Hip hop.
Comes in and out every once in a
Yeah,
while.
I mean, I wouldn't really consider it's not really centered around the culture of
We
hip
could,
hop.
because that's why I wanted to make it a little bit broader.
Are we
because
saying that all black movies are?
I knew he was going to say
Exactly
that.
what I'm
man.
trying to say.
Lon was like, "Yeah, so Lean on Me." Is that,
I mean, I
Yeah.
like
do you
There was
want to
a
count
big-
that?
There
What
was
about
a
the
big
Color
Daddy
Purple?
Kane song in there, you know.
the Color Purple.
Does
Yeah.
the Color Purple count?
Because when you were talking, I was thinking about Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a terrible movie, but it's
yeah.
There was a
Never mind. That was-
there was a movie, and I don't even know where you could find this. It was Dougie Fresh,
Uh-oh.
because at one point they were just trying to put rappers in it to see if something was, and it was called "Let's Get Busy," and it was like BIZZEE.
I'm sleep. I'm 100%. And I love Dougie Fresh. Met him when I was in DC. He's
and then
very cool.
then there was another. Like I said, there used to be these movies that would just come on cable that you only saw once because it was called "How You Like Me Now." And it was-
Like me now.
I mean, 𝗏𝗲 𝗎 was not in it, but yeah, there's a movie called "How You Like Me Now." And
What?
Where a dude was like basically a bum the whole movie, and then like he got his stuff together, and then the girl who didn't want to be with him when he was a bum came back, and the movie ends with like, "How you like me now?" And I was like,
Stop.
I was like 11 or 12 when I saw it. I was like, this is awful.
where do you find this stuff at? Seriously,
I remember
like,
seeing all these movies at least once. You know,
Yo, we got to get along.
like I just used to watch anything that had a rapper in it. I didn't care.
obviously.
Yo,
Well,
that's so much for that, man. But nah, man, I forgot about, I wanted to make sure we mentioned Who's the Man, because I thought Who's the Man was done pretty well. So
yeah.
All right, man. That's a fun topic. Let's go ahead and get into our actual
Yeah, let's get into something depressing.
some rundown for the
hip hop.
day. Let's see here about my
Serious.
trusty schedule. Real quick, before we get into the first topic, man, shout out to Biz, man. Rest in peace, Biz Marquis, who passed away at 57. As my mic wants to start acting up.
It's not.
Yeah, it's you.
It's just me. Okay.
Yep.
I'm just malfunctioning myself. Sorry.
Looks like a.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You told me to keep it this way. Don't do that. All right.
I told you not to do this.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. So back to what I was talking about, man.
Look like Tim Dog in the studio.
Yo, y'all killing a bad moment, man. Chill. This is a bad topic, man.
I mean, rest in peace to Biz Marquis.
Yeah. But anyway, what was I? Oh yeah, at 57, man, which is way too young, and I never got a chance to meet him. I don't know if any of y'all were at any shows.
I saw him spin. He spinned here during the Super Bowl, I believe.
Oh, word?
What did he?
I'm pretty. Every DJ was in town for the Super Bowl. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw Biz, and I know I saw 𝗏𝗲𝗄.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I'm pretty sure it was so Biz spin.
Oh, you got see. I never got to see him spin or just bumping. You know, I see so many pictures with people that I know that took pictures with him randomly, just like at events, which tells me like he was really like about the people. It wasn't Hollywood. Like
No, I met him once. I was working at the Ice Lounge, and shout to my man DJ 2Deep. We were doing it was our Saturday night, and he came in to spin after a Chris Rock concert.
Oh, okay.
So they were there, and we got to meet him. And I'll just be honest, like I'm just gonna keep it real. He was a jerk that night.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was a real jerk that because like of course being heads like we have vinyl. We're like, hey man, we're fans. Thank you. And it was like, hey, could you just we brought a Sharpie and
real quick. Yeah.
And he just was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And but at the same time, I understand when celebrities are jerks because it's like they get this all the time. Like I understand just being in what I do and how much people are jerks to me on a regular basis to where like I'm tired of dealing with the public at a certain point and I just want to do my job. Yeah. So I never really held that against him. Okay. But I had to keep it real. Just because he died doesn't mean I'm not going to keep it real. He was a jerk to me that night.
I respect that.
But like I had seen him, like he was able to be someone who was a prominent figure in hip hop. And like if you do your Googles, kids, like a lot of the sample laws have to do with Biz Marquis putting out an album and not clearing. I want to say it's a Gilbert and O'Sullivan sample.
I'm talking about didn't clear anything.
And they pulled the whole album didn't. And he put out an album later called All Samples Cleared.
Yep.
And so it was a really when you talk about the formation of certain legal precedents that are surrounding hip hop, it's really Biz Marquis and De La Soul.
Yeah.
So. Shout out to him. He made there's just classic records. If you love hip hop from a certain era, and the thing is, he kept making music. Yeah, like he had music all the way up until like maybe like 2004. I remember there was a song he did with Diddy in 2004 that I really liked, and
I was asleep on that.
And then of course he
that was almost 2 decades ago.
Yeah, that's what's crazy.
Good point, Long.
But then of course he did the song with DJ Kool. But a lot of people know him as a DJ, he would do a lot of this. He was the first person I saw to play with CDJs like this, and this is like maybe 2003 when like one CDJ might have cost you $2,500. Yeah, and to see him just bring in the deck, set up, plug in, and go for his. This is pre-Serato, so he just had a bunch of CDs labeled and ready to go. That's crazy. He'd do stuff like play themes to TV shows and have everybody singing along to that. Like he did bring a different vibe to his live sets. I saw him DJ maybe about 3 or 4 times, and he always did his thing. So
every
definitely
clip,
RIP to a true legend.
Every clip I see of him is interacting and having a good time with someone somehow, whether it be the crowd, whether it be backstage, whether it be with his homies, like
except for Jay Moore.
Except for Jay Moore.
Yeah, exactly.
Other than that,
he was probably nice to everybody else, but then with me, he was
Jay Moore must have been thirsty with the Sharpie.
He was
or something.
Yo, get out of here with your originally pressed records that you have.
He's still in his feelings about that Red August. But nah, man, just overall, man, just that's an OG loss. And hearing Kane talk about how he helped him get started and how they went back to his crib and made him watch videos of like Barry White performing and Michael Jackson and all that type of stuff just to
That's cool.
get his show presence together. And how Kane said that he told him, everybody's looking at Run DMC and everything. You have to be different. Like, go watch these performers. Like, people still trying to catch up to these performers. And he was watching VHS tapes and he went out and rented stuff just to watch concerts.
Yeah.
And if you see Kane shows, like Kane they was dancing at the backup dancers, like fam was on it when he was performing. He still do that.
Kane wasn't inspired by other rappers. If he will tell you, like, I took my stage presence from James Brown and the Fabulous Flames.
Yep.
You know, and you look at, like, you know, once again, kids, do your Googles, get on YouTube, just like for all the other goofy stuff that you look up.
Yeah.
Look up Biz Markie performing at the Apollo.
Yeah.
And you see how, you know, just him on stage with a microphone and he was able to bring everybody to their feet.
Facts.
You know, whether they knew his records or not. That's such a lost art. And once again, this is old heads speaking. That's such a lost art to be able to perform and be able to get people to enjoy what you're doing, even if they don't know it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So salute to Biz, man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. He's getting a lot of a lot of love and flowers coming his way. So salute to the OG, man. He definitely will be missed. Let's go ahead and jump into let's see. Kanye's back in the news.
Great.
It's
my favorite topic.
He is possibly, perhaps going to drop this Donda album this week, which I don't think is going to happen. I've heard about.
He just before he shared the show or started the show, he shared artwork on his Instagram.
Oh, word. Okay. Well, I heard something about a secret listening session and certain stuff coming out on Twitter. Little comments here and there. I guess my question to just us, now that he is post Kardashian from a standpoint of the divorce and everything, like, do we think his music will take a turn back to who he was pre that? Do we have any more faith? Do people even care about the drop? Like, the fact that he's, in somewhat of a transition, like, how do you guys think that will affect how this project will be received, or will it even have an effect to it? And Lone, I'll come to you first. Like, do you think any of that matters? Like, because every album and every release has something attached to it when you try to release it. Something's going on, or you're trying to, for a build up. And he's in a transitional phase now with the, all the merch booming and all the stuff he's doing for Adidas. But the Kim Kardashian thing is big, like with them beginning the divorce. You know what I'm saying? So do you think that changes the perception or heightens any anticipation, or where do you think he is when it comes to music at this point?
I don't know.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of the thing that the only thing that gives me any type of hope for Kanye is I just don't know what he's going to be doing.
Kind of a mystery, like the mystery of it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, who knows where he's at right now? I actually had to look up like when him and Kim got together, because I was wondering, did his music really turn horrible once he got with Kim, or was it a little bit before? And I guess he got married in 2014, but they were together a few years before that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really like anything that he's done since My Dark Twisted Fantasy. I think he's pretty much been missing. I think he's tried some cool things, but I think he's missed as a whole. But I don't know. I'm curious as to what he will sound like post divorce. Where his head's at. I was a little confused that he announced a project called Donda, because he released something earlier this year called Donda. Or maybe it was just a playlist that he put out.
He's got a company name
or something.
It's like a conglomerate type.
But it was like on Spotify. It was like a playlist of songs, and I was like,
"Oh, okay."
So I'm confused as to exactly what this is. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't really care. Okay. You know what I mean? In the sense of like, if it's going to be good or not. Mm-hmm. But if it turns out that it's good, that's great. Yeah. I hope he's doing better than he was doing. I hope he's in a better space and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't have like high hopes that he's miraculously going to be good again. But maybe he will be. I don't know. Of course, it's just my opinion. Kanye was one of my favorite artists for a long time, but he hasn't been for a long time. So Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I don't even know if I answered your question, but
No, you did. Like that's what I want to hear. Like, what's your take on just the entire
it's like
idea of him putting music out again?
like he breaks the internet every time, and I'm like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
stop. I just don't like that part of all of it. You know, like just make something that's good. You know, like you can do that. That's what I want from Kanye. Like as an artist, like just make really good music.
Yeah.
You know, he can do it, and I feel like sometimes he's trying so hard to do what's next level and it hasn't been done before that he just completely misses. And some people are like, oh, he's a genius. I'm like, yeah, but do you have ears? Like, can you hear it? You know, like, sure,
Yeah.
like nobody's ever done this before, but it's not moving me.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah.
so I hope that maybe he's figured out how to balance that, you know, and maybe he's not making music for me, and that's fine. But, I don't know. I'm curious as to what this is going to sound like. It's interesting. He named it after his mom, so who knows? Maybe it's going to mean something to him. I don't know.
I'm not mad at that. I can respect that. Red August, what are your thoughts, man? Where are you at with a possible Kanye release and, you know, your anticipation or lack thereof?
For me, I'm always excited about like just new music, not necessarily like Kanye. I mean, I don't try to get caught up in like the name, whatever stuff, but I think it's like he does get caught up in trying to like do what's new or do what's different, and that can be hard because you don't know what people are gonna like, and you hit and miss a lot. I don't think a lot of the stuff that he's done has been trash. I mean, I take it back. I think a lot of it has been trash, but I do think there has been some really good stuff.
Some
like
glimmers.
Yeah. Since Dark Twisted Fantasy, but I don't necessarily like relate his downfall to the Kardashians though. Like I don't think I just think he was going through some stuff. Like I mean, he was trying new things, and I mean, you try stuff and you miss sometimes. Like you know, everything can't be a winner, but I don't know. I'm excited to hear what it's like. I'm not like a stan or anything like that. I do think that I mean it's Kanye West. Like he's always going to like create this buzz. Like his name has weight to it, and it's beyond music right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whatever he says something or teases something, like he's always gonna create like this wave of like just media frenzy or whatever. I think so. Yeah, I mean. I'm interested to see what it's gonna sound like, but yeah. So I mean, and I hope he does some cool collabs with some of my favorite artists. So we'll see.
You know what I hope?
Talk to me.
That I hear a new Italian designer that I've never heard of again. Because every time he drops a new name like Balenciaga or
you just gonna go online and start Googling that mug to see what you can find on it once you hear the name?
Nah, I feel he'll tell me.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Appreciate that, Red August. Jay Moore, what you think, man? Where's your level of interest?
If the project actually does come out, I will listen to it.
Yeah.
More or less because of this show, but I've been off Kanye for a long time, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, between him trying to sell merch with Confederate flags on it, and
let's not forget all that whole phase.
And then,
I'm not with that.
and then say, you know, him saying that, you know, all Harriet Tubman did was, you know, get people to work for other white people.
Why you gotta bring up old stuff, man?
Hey, man, you know, and
Digging kind of deep over there, brother.
You know, it's when my whole thing is like, with someone who has such a big platform, who has gone out of his way to use it irresponsibly for such a long time. You know, I mean, and the music is not good enough for me to look past that. I mean, he's, like I said, it's been glimmers of hope, but then like I'll get something that I like, but then I'll get a song with Little Pump. Or I'll get a song where he's talking about bleaching his nether regions, or someone else bleaching their nether regions.
What?
Like I said, I know we got to keep it on the level.
I see you. I see you.
And so, like, I'm like, how did the guy who gave us spaceships get to here?
Yeah.
You know, so like I said, maybe it'll be a return. I doubt it very much. I don't think he's in that space anymore. I think he really just wants to impress, and you know, he still has this thing where he really wants to impress white people that don't care anything about him, and like I've never liked that about him.
Come on, man. Get your boy, man.
You know,
Get your boy,
I just remember when he was talking, you know, I remember when he put out the song New Slaves.
Yeah.
And I was like, fam, aren't you the one that's obsessed with European clothes, European cars, and European women? How are you going to tell me that I'm a new slave? So, like I said,
One of the Yagas.
I'll listen,
Chill,
and I'll give it a once over, but I'm not particularly looking forward to it because I'm just so off of who Kanye West is as a person. He's somebody that I just don't rock with. He's somebody that I used to be like, okay, yeah, he speaks for the hip hop.
Yeah,
it was literally like at one point we thought it's like when you found out that Anakin Skywalker wasn't going to bring balance to the Force, he was going to be Darth Vader.
Tough.
And that's how I feel about Kanye West.
Well,
he's crossed.
Here's my thing. For me, it's I hope I'm wrong. Like, in terms of just the actual music and what it can be, it's I'll gladly shake your hand. I was wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hope I'm wrong. That's where I'm at with it, because even with all the misfires and all of the quote unquote, records that were or even with the idea of innovation and everything is so far ahead, some of it just wasn't hitting. Like Lone said, it is what it is. But I also know that Kanye is still one of the most influential people in hip hop history, and people are going to gravitate to what he does and possibly try to, mimic it if it comes out and it's, somewhat creative and somewhat dope. I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of mystery to it.
He's going to feeture Candace Owens on this album.
Yeah.
To talk about it. It's going to be something like that.
My thing is,
I'm going to see if you can get 𝐀𝐿 𝗏 on one of these.
There's zero excitement for me. I am not in any anticipation and won't lose any sleep. But I'm not going to front and lie and be like, I won't listen. I'll listen. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to listen.
I said that I'm going to listen just because of what we do here. But
Yeah,
I'm not. If it's supposed to come out on Friday and it doesn't come out on Friday, it's not like, oh, my Friday's ruined now.
Yeah, just hit me up.
I was looking that much forward to it. I don't really care like that.
Yeah, just hit me up when it come out, and then I'll we'll get back to it and revisit it.
I feel like a couple people are going to have to tell me it's good for me to have to listen to it.
Yeah, I got so many other things on my plate.
So you won't listen at all? Like,
I've got no interest in it.
I'm gonna listen. I ain't gonna front. I'm gonna listen. I will listen.
Well, we'll see. And like I said,
I mean, if it randomly pops up on my timeline, like, all right, cool. I guess I'll
maybe if I can find a way to listen while I'm doing something else, like if I gotta do some work on my car, or I'm playing video games or typing or something, then maybe okay. If I can split it with something that I actually deem important.
Just so y'all know, moving forward, if you send Jay Moore some music, or if you post a link or something for him to check out, gonna listen to your music while he's changing his brake pads. So hey man, I'm letting y'all know that.
Full on T-Pain.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, we'll see. I hope, like Exhibit said one time, I hope for the best, but I expect the worst.
That's tough.
I don't even have expectations. Like, I just
loan 100% out of there.
It's like I get low key annoyed. Like, I've been scrolling through TikTok, you know, and I get low key annoyed when people are like hyping up and be like, oh, my top 10 favorite rankings of Kanye West albums, and they're all above like 8.5. I'm like, oh man, like, come on, man. Like,
hey man.
Then they got College Dropout at number 8. I'm like, all right.
I've been on the record.
You're 12.
Exactly. Up until my Dark Twisted Fantasy. When that's the cutoff for me.
Yeah, me too.
Everything up to there, you're going to be hard pressed to beat. It's going to take a phenomenal catalog to rival that. Up until that point.
For sure.
Now, everything after that,
hit or miss.
Y'all can have it for me for the most part.
I like the Pablo.
I didn't.
You didn't like that?
But he had some songs.
There was some heat on there.
Like no parties in LA.
That was
I really
dope.
liked that one. Like he had some songs here and there that I liked, but overwhelmingly, I liked the fact that he was trying things.
Yeah.
But he is just too narcissistic for like trying. Like he has to be like, look at me, I'm trying things. Like a lot of people are like. I can't get past who he is as a person sometimes.
The beat for Father Stretch My Hands is cold, and then he messes it up with the first
Yeah,
four
but
bars.
then you hear those raps, like this is the thing.
That
like,
beat is fire.
There are times where like, okay, maybe this isn't the best beat, but like I enjoyed listening to Kanye West lyrics. But now I was like, man, his raps are just trash now.
They've been, and that's the.
And they've been trash for a minute.
His raps have been really bad.
He got off on No Parties.
I don't know that I was ever a
But No Bar
fan
Parties
of
in
his
LA, I
lyrics,
feel
though,
like
like-
was
He got
something
off on
that was something from damn near another era.
Yeah, that must have been an older one with Madlib, but
It was actually
'Cause he killed that.
It literally was. Like
Okay.
that came out around the same time. He previewed that in a documentary with he was talking to Stone's Throw or somebody about
Really?
Dilla's passing, and he was talking randomly about making a song with Madlib.
oh, okay,
And so that came out on Pablo, I believe, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
with Kendrick. Yep.
Yeah, that song was actually his part was done like 3 years before. It was like right after My Dark Twisted
That
Fantasy.
makes sense. That makes sense why he was going off. He went off on that.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
But like early Kanye was rapping. He
Yeah.
hasn't done that, and
no, he went off on that No More Parties in LA. Like, hey,
I mean, at least he's rapping on beats still.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'll give him that.
if this
they
project
go.
comes out and he's like rapping ahead of the beat and doing what everybody else is doing now, like
that's all you got.
Stressful.
don't
stressed
All right,
over
man.
there.
We'll see, man.
de-evolution of
I will go on record and say I'm going to run it, and then we will, if we need to revisit it or TikTok about it. You know, we on TikTok. Shout out to New Old Heads. Follow that, and you'll see the rest of the crew on there. Maybe I'll talk about it there. So we'll see. We probably shout out the partners.
yeah. Let's do that now.
Yeah.
Do that real quick. We'd like to thank our partners for the New Old Heads podcast. No Bad Ideas Clothing Company, Coleman Dental,
We're
Print
just gonna roll with it.
Indie CD and Vinyl, Sun King Brewery, and the hub for all things New Old Heads, bringingdowntheband.com. Remember, once you type Bringing Down the Band in the search bar on YouTube, and the page
I hope
populates,
it's actually coming through. to
subscribe
everybody
and
out
hit
there.
the bell
If it's
for
not,
notifications.
well, I'll fix
And
it.
as always, we
no.
thank you for your support. Now back to the show.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Thank you to all of our partners. As always, we appreciate the support, and as I always say, we can hope to continue to evolve these relationships that we have, and they've really done a great job with us.
Is that the third topic or the second one?
I had Dipset and Locks in there.
Let's go
And
for
I-
another 2 weeks so we can put that one off.
I'm trying to time manage. So, good call, Jay Moore. So I ran into an article.
Yeah. How'd it feel?
Yeah, it hurt a little bit after you read what I'm going to say. It hurt a little bit. Jay, I saw him read out. Why?
It's
Time out.
quick.
Wait. Hold
It's
on,
quick.
real quick. This is really frustrating to me, and I'm going to tell y'all why.
Talk to me.
What's frustrating to me, people like when I'm frustrated, especially by him.
Say that word again.
Frustrated.
Okay.
Don't do that. Red August giggles at everything that Lone says, and that bothers me. Like,
I'm sorry, he's funny.
Stop gassing him up. You feed him. Stop that, man.
Stop being a jerk, then,
Bro, you do that even off, like when you're off camera, like you be over there giggling at everything he does. Like, y'all influence. Stop.
He's funny over here. He's funny over
All right,
there.
man. Whatever, man. Shout out to Nate Jeezy. He love when
What's up,
Lone
What do I do?
frustrates me, man. He loves that. All right, so
That's
anything
great.
else, Jay Moore? You got something to say on that, or
No, get to the next topic.
okay? Thank
Oh,
you.
What?
Stop.
Go
So
go,
HNH, there was a video, an article with a comment that I thought was a little interesting. And here's the topic. I mean, the headline. It says Vanilla Ice calls the 1990s the greatest decade, and says computers and iPhones destroyed pop culture.
I think I saw this video.
Did you see a video for this?
I think so.
Okay. So there's a quote that was pulled, and he says, it was the greatest decade ever before computers ruined the world. I said of everyone's love for the 90s. He said, you have to realize that in 2004, the iPhone came out, right? What's happened to pop culture since 2004 to 2021? Nothing. It's the lost generation. Pop culture is dead. That's based off computers and the iPhone, not Androids. just the iPhone.
Is that an anti-iPhone?
I don't know what's going on. They
It
might have
sounds
cut him
like
a
it.
check. I don't know what's going on.
Stretch.
And then let's see. There's another comment where he says, "Let's see. Let me make sure I find."
What'd he say?
He says,
What he say?
"Pop culture was alive and mentioned he mentioned fashion and actually mimic music." And he says he doesn't believe that the generation could come out with anything cool. He said that LeBron can't even come close to outselling Michael Jordan's
All right.
Air
No,
Jordans,
all
even
right.
though
Now
Jordan hadn't played in a decade and all that.
He has to go and make like a decent comment and then say some something stupid.
Right. You right, exactly. So
See, what he had a point there, but then it started to go somewhere else.
he
and
took
I'm
it somewhere
like,
else.
come
He
on,
dropped the
fam.
ball, right?
Yeah. Then you
So-
start bringing Jordan and LeBron. I was like, all right, man. Now,
So Lone, I'm gonna come to you first, man.
Awesome.
Yes.
Why?
Talk to me.
White?
say it.
Yes. Yes.
Honesty.
Yes,
going on in
that's
New Old Heads podcast.
exactly why I'm coming to him.
Go Turtle Go. Let's go.
And Lone is a way better rapper than Vanilla Ice, by the way. When he chooses to. All right.
That was nice of you to
Wow,
say.
that was a backhand.
No.
Yeah, really. I was like,
No, y'all not gonna do this. No.
when he chooses.
I think
to.
he means
Because
when-
he don't rap. Like
Yeah.
Lone doesn't rap like that.
That's not
Like,
how it sounded.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
where I
I mean,
was
I know
going.
what you're meaning.
Thank you, man.
Do you?
Y'all, Red August, man. Cut it out. All right. Talk to me, Lone, man. Did the iPhone destroy pop culture, man? The computers and all this? Or
No.
was
not-
he wasn't even going in possibly the right direction?
Oh, yeah, he was definitely in the right direction. But
Okay.
those two individual things I don't think destroyed anything. I think technology and just the evolution of the world is just kind of where we're at right now.
Mhm.
You know, I don't think, but I don't know if you can really blame like a phone and a computer for that. You know, that's just the world changing, you know.
Evolution.
I think there's some merit though to, you know, growing up in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think there is some merit to that. And I know every generation says that, you know what I mean? But I think from our generation to the next, it is a lot different. And, you know, you go from going outside to not going outside. I mean, that's
That's big.
the world really changed quite a bit, you know? And so I feel what he's saying. And I think maybe it's because I'm also in that age range that I can, you know, attest to that. But as far as technology is concerned, well, we've talked about it multiple times on the show. I do think it's, you know, we're just in a microwave society right now. And, you know, it's just the race for content. Put out as much content as possible. That's what it is right now. Content. Couldn't do that back then. You had to actually sit and marinate. You had to listen to things. You know, you had to go and buy the really bad album, and you didn't know if it was bad until you bought it. You know, like you liked the single, and then that Jurassic 5 single CD came in, and you're like, all right, it's gonna be great. And then it's Jurassic 5. And then
we're talking about quality control, aren't we?
quality control.
Yeah,
yes.
I remember I bought that whole album.
I did too. I was like, this is gonna be great. I like the single, and then I was like, what is this? It wasn't as good as Icons.
No,
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we
No, I'm joking.
don't do that. We
it's over there getting crunked up.
Yeah, shouts to Charlie Tuna.
hey,
But no, it's so hard to compare it because you know it's two completely different worlds, and you know I get what he's saying, and there might be some merit to it. The part that's interesting to me is when he talks about there's no pop culture anymore, because now it just seems like that's all there is.
That's all we
that's
have.
what I was waiting on somebody to say.
So it's like it's like pop culture has become so much that it's encompassed in everything.
That's what I was looking
So maybe that's what he means. I don't know, but yeah,
Okay.
that's all I got to say about that.
Jay Moore, what you think, man? And I'll finish with you, Red August.
Well, you know, there was a time to where, you know, if you went to, if I remember going to see my grandparents in Kansas City,
Mhm.
and I would listen to the radio, which, you know, the station that's equivalent to the station I grew up listening to, Magic 108 in St. Louis, and they would have a completely different playlist because they'd have some things that were the same, but then at the same time there were certain things that were like, oh, this is popping over here, you know, or if you went to California, anywhere up and down the coast, it was going to sound different than what you heard in Connecticut or New Jersey. You know, I miss that. Because there was a time where, like, yo, they might print about a song that's in the source, and we may not get in St. Louis for 2 months.
That's a good point.
Computers and the iPhone
Not Android
have
not Android, not BlackBerry, not none of that.
changed it to where, okay, you get on your particular DSP, and everybody gets everything the exact same day,
Yeah.
the exact same time. You know, so it has changed that. The way culture moves is just different. Now, is there still pop culture, you know, and is it still regionalized? Because, you know, what they are doing in Memphis right now may not be the same as what's popping, you know, in Baltimore. You know, I think sometimes we do get caught up in and we do it here. If you listen to this show, we get caught up in our old headism.
Sure.
I'll make that a word.
Yeah. I'm not gonna deny that. That's
you know,
facts.
because we're like, oh, these kids don't know about going to a midnight sale and ripping that packaging open and reading the liner notes, and they don't.
They don't.
You know, but just because they have a different experience than us, it doesn't mean that pop culture is dead. It's just the way we consume pop culture has completely changed, and it is with the advent of computers and iPhones. It's like now
Social media.
when I wake up on. You know, the thing is, it used to be you had to have a whole rollout, put out the single. Okay, get them hype. Then give them the street single. Okay, all right. We got 2 months, and then we're going to go ahead and give them the album. Now people be like, it'll be Monday.
You missed a step. We're going to invite the writers. The writers are going to get the plug, get the album a month ahead and be able to put it in the source prior to it coming out.
You know, because you got to have lead time for a magazine.
Right.
You know, now, you know, basically something comes out on Friday and everybody's writing about it the same day.
Right.
You know, so I understand where he's coming from because it just feels so different. But that's the evolution of any culture. Like, you know, there was a time where, okay, you had to go to the store and get your vinyl or your 8-track or whatever, you know, and then when you talk to people who are like, oh man, you guys don't, it's so much warmer when you listen to it on vinyl as opposed to this digital, this, that, and the third. You guys don't know about going to shows and getting this kind of merch.
Lying on that one.
You know, and
you used to have to buy your 𝗏𝗄𝐻𝐿 in the store. Now you can order them online.
Yeah, now if you find something, now it used to be if you wanted some shoes, you had to go to the store. If they didn't have your size, you went to the other 2 shoe stores in the mall and hope that they had them there. Now people get on, you know, they get online, they might bid for them. Yeah. It's all this other stuff. So do I think there's still culture? Yes, of course there's still pop culture. You know, shout out to, I was about to say shout to Vanilla Ice, but I'm not going to do that.
Please don't do that.
That would compromise.
Let's not get carried away now.
That would compromise all the hip hop capital I've built up until this point.
Yeah, let's not get carried away.
I'll say it. Shout out Vanilla Ice.
Oh, wow. You don't say. All right, man. Cut it out, man. Red August, man.
Don't be a hater.
I'm trying not to. Red August, what you think about what he said, man? Like, what are your thoughts?
It sounds bitter. It sounds like
like my time has passed. My time was better than yours.
If you don't,
his haircut's the same.
Wow.
When you don't adapt to change,
like
you become angry with what's going on. I think like to say that there's no pop culture or pop culture is dead is just weird because like you guys both said, like it's more prevalent now than it ever has been. I mean, we just have more access to it and faster access to it. It's almost immediate now. So it's like, and everyone has an opinion and we can see what's going on in Memphis and you know, LA, even overseas, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it just sounds like he didn't keep up with what's going on. Like he's not talked about anymore. Yeah. And so this is my jab at technology. This is my jab at evolution. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to evolve. Like, I don't
like it's just like at one point, okay, like with the t-shirt I got on. All right, this is for those who are listening, it says Mega Drive 16-bit. Now, for some of you who are like heavy into video games, you know that everywhere else in the world, the Sega Genesis was called the Mega Drive.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you know, of course, we know this now because of the internet.
Man.
But there was a time where, like, if you weren't just one of these people that was digging deep into these magazines or you had a plug that was, you know, about Japanese gaming culture, you just thought, oh, this is the Sega Genesis and it's like this everywhere. It's like you didn't realize what was going on in Japan or in Europe or in Brazil.
I want to commend you real quick for being able to talk through Lone sounding like a Decepticon sitting next to you, fam. Like,
it was an ad lib, man.
I want to commend you for that because you stayed on point.
I got a level of focus that is unmatched.
I respect that, man.
He's talking about the
Mega Drive. Oh, man. You know, so there are people who see the shirt and be like, I don't know, what is that? I was like,
I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah. You know, but that's just like, there are things now. There are people. I saw this. Somebody posted like all these American stars used to go over to different countries, and do commercials. Yeah, and if you're a big Hollywood star, you would never do a commercial in America, but you could get like I saw a Michael Jackson commercial where he was doing a Suzuki Samurai commercial in Japan. Like he would never do that to dilute his brand.
You ever seen
in
the
America.
movie Lost in Translation?
Yeah,
that's what that's about.
Yeah,
I mean, kind of.
I mean, I remember
Eddie Murphy used to do a commercial for Toyota Celica. Like he would never do that in America, but he can go to Japan and do it. But now because of YouTube, it's all out there.
One of my best friends growing up, my homie Corey Johnson. Yeah. He had a cousin. He had cousins that were from Africa.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is back we were kids and the Nintendo 64 was coming out.
Kids.
And they children, whatever you want to call it. And youngins. And they kept talking about the Ultra 64. Oh man, wait till y'all play the Ultra 64. And I'm like, I thought it was called Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess over there it was called the Ultra 64. I don't know.
See, I mean, like that's like it wasn't until like when they did get to like PlayStation and stuff where the system was called the same thing everywhere around the world. You know, we call it the Super Nintendo. Over there it's called the Super Famicom. It doesn't make any sense. But like you wouldn't have known that until like the internet age where everything like we were sectioned off really by unless you read like crazy books and magazines about stuff like that.
I think that's still the case though. Like they like in like overseas they have different names for just like gadgets and stuff like that. I know for like cameras, like they don't call them like Canon like R5. Like they have a completely different name for them overseas stuff like it. I think that's still.
But like at one point, like we would have never known that. Like I remember a friend of mine when he went to go play baseball in Japan. Yeah, and he was like, in Japan, Nintendo's called Family Computer. I was like, what?
Right.
That blew my mind that it wasn't called the Nintendo.
What kind of translation is that?
I didn't know that
stay low.
I was like, what? They got it 3 years before we did? And I'm like, how are you going to get something before America? Yeah. And it's sometimes it's like, it used to be a thing, really. If you were making music on the West Coast, like I remember a friend of mine, he said, "Oh yeah, I had Doggy Style like about a month and a half, 2 months before it came out."
That's crazy.
In stores. Everyone was passing around tapes of Illmatic and Ready to Die.
I do remember hearing people in documentaries talk
way
about that.
Before they were able to get it. Like Puffy almost had to go up and fight somebody because they played all of Ready to Die on the radio.
Ghostface said this is crazy. Ghostface said he got a tape of Illmatic from 2 French girls that were like, I don't know, walking around somewhere or something, and they gave him a tape of Illmatic. That's crazy. Like, that's crazy to me when you think Illmatic just floating around on tape.
Just floating around on tape. I mean, that's why didn't nobody buy it when it came out.
Hey. Well, we know how you feel about
Hey, look, man. Let's just keep it real. Illmatic, everybody had Illmatic 2 months before it hit the store, so it was like it had good copies.
The original bootlegger.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Vanilla Ice needs to chill out because he just
get to rehabbing them homes.
Yeah, he just sound a little
Robert Van Winkle.
Yeah, he sound a little upset. He sound a little upset on this one. You're old headish on this one.
I mean, we all get
not
there,
even
but
just hater, like just
these kids have culture just because you're not involved with it because you're old.
Yeah.
No, I mean, are we close?
We right on.
Sorry, I was like,
no, you good? Yeah, we right on the money.
Mike's like, do I need to click something?
Oh my god! All right, man. So that's going to do it.
That's right. Old heads can't keep track of time.
Can't keep track of time either.
I can't see the timer, so it's like, where are we at?
So that's going to do it for this episode. Do us a favor and follow New Old Heads on TikTok. That's something that we are going to expand into, and you'll see all the guys on there as well. We have all created accounts from what I know, even Red August.
Oh man, I was gonna do like a release.
Oh, you're gonna do a release party? Sorry, yeah, I think his is the Red August. Sorry, man, we're gonna get it out there now. And make sure you follow us on YouTube, New Old Heads Network. Subscribe and please hit the bell for notifications so you can be notified every time we drop new content. Man, we appreciate the support.
And
as always,
if you want to support us, the best way is to go to patreon.com.
Yes,
/ New Old Heads.
Or do it like old school, like Vanilla Ice would like. Just send us a check in the mail. Send us a money order.
newoldheads@gmail.com.
Yes.
Or is it info@newoldheads? Yeah, I don't know. Never mind. Just PayPal us some money.
Just PayPal some bread.
Actually, there's a direct link on our website.
Hit my Juno account.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, whatever.
There actually is a direct link to our PayPal on our website.
Yeah.
So if you just want to send us money because you like what we do and you want us to be successful and you actually care about us,
do
that.
Just hit that up and just send us, like thousands of dollars.
Can they send us Bitcoin and send it in Bitcoin?
We don't have that option, but you can definitely do PayPal.
Bitcoin.
All
Call
right,
it
man.
big coin.
I said Bitcoin, man. We'll see y'all next week. We appreciate the support. Peace.
Peace.
Post show.
Post show.
All right, so that means we can cuss and shit now.
Yeah, you can.
All right. I'm trying not to say bleached assholes during the course of the show.
I don't have to click anything.
What you said? Neither
Just
neither
you can
region.
turn the-